afternoon, Lisa.
Good afternoon, Andrew.
Well, today we have been not mostly, but we have been watching The Herbs. There they are, looking all hypnotic actually. Look, at Sage with his like starey eyes. Woo. But I'm very fond of The Herbs.
You are, you like The Herbs.
I like The Herbs very much.
It's your favourite Michael Bond thing, isn't it?
Yes, you're Paddington
Yes.
when it comes to Michael Bond.
Yes.
I tend more towards The Herbs.
But yes, I love Paddington.
It is slightly stranger than Paddington, as
Yes.
has to be said.
Yes.
But very briefly, puppet series with stop motion
Yep.
animation from 1968, set in the herb garden, and all the characters are named after herbs, aren't they? So let's see what happens in the episode we're looking at. So we chose episode number 10, Strawberry Picking, from the 15th of April 1968. So it is actually older than me, just. But I even like the logo on the herbs, because if you look closely, it's very organic. It seems to be made out of like plant material
flowers and things,
stuff like that. So it's very nice. And then you get these two. I almost think of them as like mini weeping angels,
Cherubs.
don't they? Because they're
cherubs.
they're the like cherub statue things.
They're like the baby weeping angels.
Yeah,
in,
from
The Angels Take New York, Manhattan.
Yeah. And one of them sort of rotates, and it's got a tag on its winkle, hasn't it? Which says The Herbs, which flies off.
Yes, and
The
lands
sort
on
of
the
breeze
wall, lands
catches
on the
it.
floor.
And then you get the herbs sort of sprouting up, as their name is said.
It comes up, parsley is a herb.
Ding!
Ding.
And you get a little label that says
Yes.
parsley.
And dill also a herb.
Ding.
And then like basil and rosemary and
And knapweed.
knapweed and tarragon.
But you also get a load of strawberries on this one as well. I like the way they play around with the sort of variations because it's not really a title sequence at this point.
No.
But we're into the sort of introduction sequence.
Yes.
And then we say the magic word, herbidaceous. And the door opens and we go into the magic
Garden.
herb garden. Now, we've learned that parsley likes strawberries in the opening thing.
And so does dill.
Yes, and
So
everybody.
does sage.
Yes, and everybody's been picking strawberries.
When they say everybody, they mean all human characters.
So it's Bayleaf, who's the
Bayleaf,
gardener.
the
Who's
gardener.
basically it's his job.
Yes.
But Lady Rosemary and Sir Basil have been roped in as
Yeah.
well. And they're putting them in a load of old boxes that we use for Christmas presents. This will be important later on.
Yes, pay attention.
Yes. I like the way they sort of flag that up straight away. But I have to say, they're all like bending over, picking up the strawberries. And I think they could do with some like manual handling training, don't you?
Or little seats to sit on.
Yeah, because every time they bend over, they must be doing their back some damage. I mean, I've done a little bit of sort of training in this area. I don't know about you, but how to pick things up and carry things and stuff like that. And you shouldn't be like bending all the time to do things. Like it's like when you pick up a box, you shouldn't bend and lift with your back. You should sort of crouch down to it and rise with it. And because I've suffered from bad backs.
Yes.
And wasn't it we one Christmas we took the Christmas tree down and all the decorations, and I bent down to, I think was it to put the plug on for the Hoover or something like that?
Yeah. And your back went.
And I just wasn't getting back up again.
No.
And I really worry when I see the herbs bending in this very bad way. I mean, Sir Basil does say that his back hurts. And there's
a song.
Yeah.
Because I sing.
Yeah, but they're doing this by a load of big drain pipes, which are in like the corner of the garden.
Yes.
And they're great big things. They're like real sort of underground jobs, aren't they? Like almost like sewer pipes.
Yeah.
And as Gordon Rollings, the narrator, said, they've been there forever and nobody's done anything.
Taking any notes anymore. No.
But yes, they're sort of trying to work out what they're going to do, because Lady Rosemary says some of them will go for eating,
and then some will for jam.
Will go for jam, and all these boxes are being stored in Bayleaf's barrow. But he turns around and goes, "Where's me barrow?" Because he's like really sort of yokely, isn't he? And I like Bayleaf.
Yes.
And somebody's nicked his barrow. I noticed that through all the conversations, Bayleaf is surreptitiously scoffing strawberries.
Yeah.
There seems to be the odd one that he just like chucks over his shoulder. Maybe that he doesn't like the look of them, but yeah, every now and then he'll just slip an extra one in and sort of chew on it. Now I like the way he puts it, the disappearance of the barrow and the strawberries in the boxes, down to the phantom strawberry picker.
Yes.
Which does sound like the phantom raspberry blower, doesn't it? But this is like years before that.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know where on earth he's got this notion from.
No, I think it's meant to be sort of a sort of old country tradition or something.
Oh, I've never heard of the phantom strawberry picker.
Oh, you don't come from the part of the country that Bayleaf comes from.
We used to grow strawberries in our garden.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we did. We had a couple because I quite like wild strawberries. They're nice. They're not quite like the ones you get in the shops, but we like a strawberry or two, don't we? Or strewbers, as I call them, which is a reference to the Molesworth books. Because in the Molesworth books, nothing is quite ever spelt right, is it? And his attempt at spelling strawberries comes out as strewbers. But yeah, Lady Rosemary points out that ghosts don't eat strawberries.
Yes.
So Constable Knapweed arrives to investigate the crime.
What is he doing behind that bush?
Yeah, he's just like lurking, isn't he?
He's lurking behind a bush.
Is he going to
bobbing up and down? I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's hiding from somebody, but he looks very suspicious.
It's only just crossed my mind. He's a policeman. Yeah. So what police station is he actually attached to?
I don't know.
Is there a little police station in the herb garden?
Possibly.
Or does he come from some local station that he has to go back to and then he goes home or something like that?
Maybe.
I really don't know.
Local police station might be his house, because a lot of rural police stations and
that's true. That's true. He'd live there.
You'd live there, and it wasn't a station as such. There was no body running it, but if you had a problem, you went to the police house.
Yeah, the village bobby. No, that is true. Actually, good point. Yeah.
I only know that from Heartbeat.
But yeah, Knapweed is wondering whether what crimes have been committed. Has Sage been hooting during the hours of daylight again? And I did notice that Lady Rosemary's got great big shoes.
Yeah, she's got big feet.
She's got very big feet.
That's to balance her, I think.
I was going to say, because she's quite a top-heavy puppet.
Yes.
Because she's got a big hat on and stuff.
And she's quite tall, isn't she?
Yeah, tall and willowy.
Yes.
My name is Lady Rosemary. I am tall and willowy.
Yeah. Almost works.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, she has got big... And then they find a paw print.
A paw print, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Parsley turns up.
Yawning and smacking his lips.
Yes.
And Gordon Rawlings says Parsley likes an afternoon nap. And he also
especially when he's eating a meal.
He also likes a nap after meals. I like an afternoon nap, but I haven't had one for a while. I should... No time now. But so they look at the paw print and they're not sure if it matches. They keep on saying to Parsley, "You like strawberries, don't you?" And he's shaking his head or denying everything. Yes. But that is a bit of a lie because he does like strawberries. But I just love the way that
he's like, no,
nothing to do with me.
Not me.
But he's going to be placed under arrest. But he sort of goes into one of the big drain pipes, and then there's a load of piddling about. Like Knapweed goes in one
and he comes out
drain
another,
pipe, and he comes out another. I like the way that when Knapweed puts his head in the drain pipes, they put some echo on the soundtrack. So that's a nice little touch. I'd never really noticed that before because I've seen this episode a few times. I think this one was actually released on VHS.
All right, okay.
It's one I'm quite familiar with. You've never
I've not seen it before.
I think you said. No. But yeah, Bayleaf starts blocking up some of the pipes with some branches so that Parsley can't escape. And ironically, he gets some help from Parsley. Yes. Parsley keeps handing in branches.
And he doesn't really look.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, he's not looking to see who he is that's passing him the branches.
Yeah. But I'll have your mane as a duster is the threat.
He chases him when he realises.
The Parsley. Then we cut to Dill and Sage, who are sat at a trestle table
eating strawberries
with a girt bowl of strawberries each, a girt jug of cream, some sugar, and Dill's got a big bib on.
Yes.
I like that. They've scoffed all the strawberries, and frankly, they're not feeling too well now, are they? They've had a few too many. I think Bayleaf or was it knapweed? I can't remember. But somebody says they've eaten them stalks and all. I think it could have been bay leaf because that sounds better in his accent. But then they noticed that the boxes
have got their names
got their names on. So one said to Dill with best wishes, and the other said to Sage wishing him a Merry Xmas. I never like when people say Xmas. I always think that's a bit sloppy.
Okay.
You should say Christmas and write it out in full. Okay. But yeah, because they've used these old boxes, they thought they were presents.
Yes.
So if it says Christmas on them...
Yeah, they didn't read that, but they just read their names.
They just read the names and went, oh, that's ours. So Bayleaf tests the cream and sugar just to see what it is.
No, Castle
Knapweed, rather, tests... Yes, thank you. The cream and sugar to see what it is, you know. Not bad. I shall have to keep these remains as evidence. I love the way he has to sort of come up with the reasoning for it. So he clearly takes a fancy to it. Dill gets stuck in the pipe because he's too fat now. He's not noticeably fatter. They haven't bulked out the model or anything like that. No. So I don't really think he would get stuck in the pipe. He doesn't want any more. He's feeling seedy, as he said in his song. And Sage isn't well either. No. He's not able to get back up to his nest, is he?
No, he's too fat.
Because you don't tend to see Sage flying about much.
No, because it's probably difficult to do.
Yeah. I mean, there's the occasional bit where he'll come down from his nest with an umbrella or something like that, but I rarely see him flying around. But as they say, enough is as good as a feast, and too many is worse than none at all.
Yes.
So Dill's not going to have any bones for a while till he gets a bit thinner and can escape.
Can get out of the pipe. Yeah.
I don't know quite how long that's going to take.
No.
And then Parsley has managed to find some boxes with his name on. In fact, he's found 3 boxes.
Yes.
So he's looking forward to that, and he's already got his bib on when he waves. Yes. When he waves goodbye to us. But what do you think of that one? Good one?
Yeah.
Not bad?
No. Just shame we didn't have Tarragon in. I like Tarragon.
You like Tarragon? Well, Tarragon's only in a couple. He's not. He's one of those characters like sort of Pashana Bedi or Senior Solidago or Belladonna that's not in everyone.
Well, Belladonna's only in one, isn't she?
I think... I'm trying to think now. I can't remember. She's definitely in...
Belladonna the Witch.
But yeah, I'm not sure whether she ever pops up in another one. I need to check. But yeah, there are like one-off characters as well. Good King Henry and Miss Jessup and things like that. Aunt Mint. Because we don't see Mr. and Mrs. Onion or the Chives in this one.
No.
So I quite like the idea they don't throw all the characters into every episode.
No, you sort of have different characters in different
some people
episodes.
get a week off so that they can rest.
Go on holiday.
Go fishing or something like that. Tell Inez the fishing is superb, as Hartnell used to write. But just a few notes about the schedule for that day. As we said, it's the 15th of April 1968, which is a Monday. So let me lift the computer on. It is actually listed as the first thing on BBC One.
Alright.
10:45. Watch with Mother, The Herbs.
And is there nothing on then till?
And then, this is it. Unless they played the episode extremely slowly at sort of 0.01 speed, the next thing is 13:25. The Weatherman. So it's like 2.5 hours later. Bank Holiday Grandstand. Jack and Ori with John Grant. Little Nose. Draw us a story about cavemen, Dad. That's what John Grant's children kept asking, and so Little Nose was born. This week in Jack and Ori, John Grant will be telling you the adventures of Little Nose and his pet mammoth, and drawing some of the pictures as he goes along. Today, Two Eyes the Mammoth. 1725, The White Horses. 1750, Magic Roundabout. Weatherman News, Town and Around. This is something I'd never heard of. 1810, Quiz Time, Gentlemen Please. Pubs all over Britain compete in this knockout competition which combines darts and general knowledge. This week, the Cock Tavern, Palmer's Green, London, v. the Rocket, Acton, London. So there you go. Ever heard of that?
No.
Dick Emery Show. Who's on that? Oh, David Jason is on that. Barbara New. Z Cars at 7:05. Joss Ackland, James Ellis, John Slater, David Dacre, Bernard Holly. The Man Who Was Inspector Todd by David Ellis, Part 1. Todd's wallet is stolen, and with it goes his warrant card, his means of identification as a police officer. The thieves have the chance to work some profitable confidence tricks. ...
With David Dacre.
No, not yeah. The thieves has the chance to work some profitable confidence tricks with David Dacre.
Yeah.
I don't think they actually do.
With David Dacre. Mm-hmm.
News headlines: Billy Smart Circus, because it's a blooming bank holiday. Eric Robinson presents Semprini.
Semprini?
Out! That's a Monty Python chemist shop joke. Have you got a boil on your Semprini?
No.
All right, okay. The News and Psycho. Alfred Hitchcock's famous thriller. Thriller. And over on BBC Two, what have we got? I don't know. Let's see. Again, Play School. Useful Box Day. Okay. Children Thinking. Newsroom.
So there's nothing on all
There's
day
nothing
apart
on
from Play School in
between
the
Play
morning.
School at 11 and Children Thinking at 7 at night.
It's a whole different world.
But yeah,
isn't
I
it?
know there's just nothing on BBC Two for
Whole
most
different
of the day.
world.
Newsroom, The World of Beachcomber at 8 o'clock, starring Spike Milligan with Hattie Jakes. Frank Thornton, Betty Marsden. Adapted by Neil Shand from the Beachcomber column of the Daily Express. There you go. Summer 67, a documentary series looking at our changing attitudes to the countryside. Yeah. International Golf and the Omsk Siberian State Dancers and Singers at 22:30. News summary and late night lineup with Joan Bakewell. Well, there you go. That's the herbs, Lisa. Thank you, my dear. That's a late night lineup joke.
Mm-hmm.
Bye bye.
Bye.